Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. All right, I'm just setting things up. So give me a moment. There we go. All right, cool. Oh, hi. Who's ever lurking back there? Hello. Thank you, brave soul. Just waiting for people to come in. And it is true crime. If you have a question, hi, Geeky Heart. Post your true crime questions by clicking the link there so that I can look at them and pick which ones I can take to read. Okay, so if you have those kinds of questions, or if you have just a, a personal question, that's fine too. Hi, Flowing. Ooh, you have a beautiful avatar there. Sharon Sipe, hello. Hello, beauty. How are you? Thank you guys so much for showing up for me. Sharon, you are amazing, and Geeky Heart, you too. And Flowing, I'm sure you are as well. But just as mods, I just wanted to let them know that I'm very, very appreciative. Ah, it's bitten you too, that Shambling blood question, you know? Like, normally I would have probably went, oh, another one of those, but it's kind of an interesting story. So, yes, we will definitely, you know what? I'm going to take my antihistamine. Hold on a second. We'll definitely throw cards on that. It doesn't have to be all true crime, but generally it's the theme, the overall theme. If you know what I mean. I think you feel me on that. I hope so. So let me just grab, oh, that's gonna fall. Antihistamines. Oh, thank you, Geeky Heart. I have a challenge that I am going to be doing on my lives because I have got enormous expenses this month. I've got, get this, 20 grand I've got to cough up for 2 roofs on my brother and my mother's units because I owe them. They're these little units, the one with the landslide behind, and we have to repair their roofs. Oh, it's one of those, where you just get hit, and we're having to use the money we'd saved to move. So let me get my antihistamines in, get some water. Ooh, that's better. I'm not sure. I haven't even gotten to what led her to specifically, and we're talking about at this moment Gwen Shamblin, Laura. Um, I would say she must have been overweight, or felt she was. And I've only caught bits and pieces of like blurbs of what she had said. She was a really highly motivated individual and are very energetic and typical of the kind of the con, that personality. I think she found something that she could relate to, and she knew other people could too. Hi, Bethany. Yes, every Thursday at 1 Pacific time. Thank you, Vita Phoenix. I do have a live donation goal. I would like to just be honored so much to make it to 35 to 40 today. And if people are generous, just to throw a bit more, because this is going to be going, it goes right into my bank account for the rubes. And, oh, anyway, but she was a total con. But I think sometimes these people get to where they believe their own lies, not so much unlike certain politicians and other people that have this ego and this fear of lack. Where they're very fear-based people. Hello, Bride Opal. Hi, Sophie. That's her name. I'm glad that you're just resting and lurking. I hope you're relaxing. 4, that's your time. I see. Thank you so much for those of you that are helping me to make this little donation challenge here. I don't normally like to do that, but you're going to see a little bit more of it because I do need the help. So I want to say thank you. And it's not going to lipstick or anything like that. This is going to be going for rubes. I'm going to put it straight in because I've got to make up the difference, not entirely by myself, but you feel me. So I would be imagining flowing that what led, this is my heating pad, really bad stenosis last night. So that's why I've got this on. Had a bad stenosis headache. I'm okay today though, but I'm wanting to remain that way. So I imagine she, like I said, she must have felt she was overweight. And I think, like all predatory con people, the weight issue, I think she knew she could make bank on it. And because she's an energetic person, and a lot of people, when it comes to weight, are desperate. Some people are looking for more of the easy fix. I did catch some of the blurbs here and there, and it was enough for me because it is just so toxic. But she was saying stuff like, what was it about money? She was trying to be like this guru about money. What you would call there's a certain name for this kind of evangelism. It's not money evangelism. Some of you probably might know, and you're going, what is it? Something prosperity gospel. Thank you, brain. I just need more coffee. So she was one of those prosperity gospel types. You don't need to, give your money. I thought, yeah, I heard her saying that with that hair and that lipstick. I mean, and it's interesting. I mean, like her husband seemed to be like a shoe-in. The interesting things that even corresponded with their birth charts actually made them very comfortable with each other from what I saw. She had a lot of Capricorn. He had some, get this, she had Aries in Mars. He had Cancer in Mars. So I think we knew who wear the pants, Very interesting things that you can kind of little insights here and there that you can pull from this. And I haven't figured, and I didn't have the time or the energy to show get the PDF. So I did include the link. So you can look at their birth charts and go, if you know just even some little bits, you can look at and go, this is really interesting looking birth charts. Hey, Natasha T. Hi everyone coming in. So it is True Crime Thursday live stream. I've got my coffee. I've got my nice warm heating pad that goes all the way up my spine. Feels fantastic today. I might look a little tired as usual, more than my usual because I had trouble to sleep last night because of my neck. So, but I'm okay. I'm good to read. Just wanted to put that out there. Let's see here. Oh, hi, the small medium, True Crime Tarot. I have got to, I know how it is. Yay, I caught a live. I keep missing. When you've got your own channel, it's the struggle is real. It is, and that's why I make sure that even if I can't, by all means, that I subscribe to people so that they have that. Because, and always thumbs up. Oh yes, must say, please, if you haven't yet, please thumb this up, and I would appreciate it. And thank you for those of you who are helping me to reach my donation goal. There's a banner below. Always look to the banner. Yeah, that too. Always look for the banner below. Because I might be alerting you to something. Well, I will definitely, obviously, be alerting you to something, and not just like, hey, make a donation, but this is important. So I've got that up. And I'll put other stuff in there too. Thank you so much, Bright Opal. Thank you so much, Sophie. I really appreciate it. Hi, Marie Sutton. And of course, JR, my another wonderful mod. You guys have such great energy. Flowing, yes, she was I feel like I've got like a little hair here that's like stuck because I had my hair up here. I got cards also that spoke of kind of manic. Excuse me. This is why I have to take the antihistamine. And I got it more than once. And I don't remember whether or not I said that in the reading, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that here. Oh, hi, Danette Hook. It's thank you so much for showing up. Thank you guys for showing up for me. Deb Z, Ron, hey, how you doing, my brother? And again, hello to everybody. So appreciative of you popping in, Jill Clark. And, just going to say these hellos because people are coming in. Janet Ackerland, lovely to see you as always. And our lovely Sharon Sipe. Shield Maiden, our lovely Shield Maiden. And thank you, Flowing, as well. So I'm just trying to catch up. Fluffy Bunny. I love that name. Thank you all for helping me as I work toward a donation goal. I do appreciate it. Now, let me get my voice less scratchy and my coffeeing up. Coffeeing me up. Not coughing me up. That makes it sound like a fur ball. No. Okay, so I've got an array of cards out here. Of course, there was a request for me to break back out the Southern Gothic Oracle on the Summer Wells. I too feel like this would be a great fit. I'm sorry, I'm not recalling the viewer's name that requested this, but thank you so much for being so good about how you ask. You're very polite and you persist. I get a little busy and things can go by the side really quickly as much as I try. So I've got it and I'm ready to do that. Coffee is my deal. I don't drink anymore, but coffee, don't drink alcohol, but coffee is my jam. I mean, I don't drink like an excess, but it's so tasty. And I've got my story cards. I shed more than the cat. It's a good thing I keep the wastebasket nearby. Okay. The Wonderful Story Cards by Kathy with the C Nichols. She makes, I think, very great intuitive decks. At least they resonate a lot with me. I've even got these smell like pumpkin spice. Some people love or hate, but it does smell really good. It makes me want to eat them. And aren't they cute? They work great for the little props. I like to keep them up. All right, and I've got the Lilac Lantern Intuition cards. I've got also, you guys, I thought we'd try it. Now, I have tried this off camera, and I don't know if I really could like get in the groove with it, but these are timing cards where it says 9 days, for example. Okay, man. Get it right, girlfriend. Come on. Okay. And 7 years, etc. So I thought we would definitely try 3 weeks. I thought we would try that and trying to keep that by. I don't know. I think it's worth trying and developing a rapport with. I've also got the worst voice that's scratchy. This thing is hefty, this Shadowlands kit, which is just the box and the tarot, but dang, it's like $40. This is really artistry. This is really for the collector. And it so reminds me a lot of, in some ways, with the bat, just the way the bat was drawn by Monica Badirsky, of, oh gosh, there's another person. Forgetting the name of the artist. It'll come back to me. So anyway, without further ado, Dolores Rico, great to see ya. Hi. Thank you, JR. So I so appreciate it. You guys are great. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start pulling in some of the questions that people left. If you have a question relating to a true crime case, now these are kind of mini readings, but it doesn't mean that I won't. If it's a meaty thing that looks like we need to go in deeper, then I can do a deep dive on it. But for the live, we want to kind of keep it, so the question's more simple. No, I haven't, Janet. I would love to do that. Oh, whoopsies. And how about we started out by that? If you didn't put it, Janet, it's okay because I've grabbed it here. But just in case you're new and you're coming in, at the top of the chat, I have linked the URL that you click to go leave your question, because the chat log will eat it. It can disappear, and then it creates a real offness with the flow. So we like to kind of keep it smooth, and everyone likes that. Hey, Ellen Quinlan. Hello, lovely that you're here. I'm so appreciative. So let's go ahead, and I will take a look at this. I have no information. Janet, I'm going to depend on you. Oh, my nose is itchy. Sun's starting to come out. I'm going to depend on you for some context where I'm going to need it. I've already Palo Santo'd, making sure I don't put it in a place where it's going to fall. Keep these decks together. Make sure I'm not sitting on anything that I shouldn't be. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go. All right. So let's give it a go, you guys. Dang. I can't put you all on pause and give you a break from my scratchy throat. It started last night. Hopefully those will kick in soon. Anyway, so pardon me. I'm going to start with the Southern Gothic Oracle, since these are about children. And for some reason, I don't know, this deck, the Southern Gothic Oracle, has a feel to it to me that is very relatable in some ways when I go to look at crimes where children are concerned. I'm not quite sure why. And another viewer felt that. And if you're here, and forgive me for not remembering names of each person that asked, but want to thank you because I will be reading on Summer Wells with this oracle, and they suggested it too. And I thought, they are right. That would be the right deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this Southern Gothic oracle on the case of 3 missing siblings that Janet has brought up. And again, please, if you have any questions, no, Elmer Fudd, go away. If you have any true crime questions or cases you want me to look at and try to get some quick answers for in this live and then maybe deep dive later, click the link at the top of the chat and leave it there so that I can preserve your question and retrieve it. All right. So now I'm going to focus on these Beaumont children, 3 of them. All right, let's see. Bethany, is the Shadowlands deck you're talking about is one of your favorite decks? Just curious. Oh, thank you, Ellen. It's so appreciated. It's truly every little bit. I hate to have to ask people, but I'm going to be. Okay, so they disappeared 4 days before I was born in 1966. All right. Was this, Janet, can you give me, is this within the United States or a certain area? I just kind of like how every area has a vibe? It kind of helps me to dial in. Hi, Doreen Arnold. And everyone that's joining. Of course, Arlene. Oh, thank you. I've got some new skin products that I really, really like. I'll be sharing them for other people that might be interested. I love makeup, skincare. Anyways, just checking to make sure I catch everybody. I don't like to leave anyone out. Bethany, did I say I got you? Oh, yes. You just feel really happy. It has great creativity, energy to it. It's Australian. I wondered, all right, because I hadn't heard of it before, and I just had a feeling. Anyway, so let's just take a look and see what we get. Sometimes I like to limit, but I do need context to a point, and then allow you to help me if you see something that I'm saying that makes sense. So let's see how we go with this question. So I am going to read on Janet Ackerland's question about the Beaumont children, 3 children from Australia that disappeared 4 days before she was born in 1966. Another great year. Alrighty nows. Smarty Pants Maya, where'd you put the question? I didn't put the question anywhere. All right. Janet, you asked it. See, this is why, but also it's kind of hard when there we go. Ba-ding. Ooh, we are true blue Scorpios, Dennett Hook. I am surrounded by Scorpios. My husband, my oldest, and a lot of my guys I dated were Scorpios. The good kind. And it's not fair. It's not fair to always just say you have to say that, because there's some wonderful Scorpios out there. Oh, and my sister-in-law. One of my sister-in-laws is. A lot of my best friends have been. We get along. All right. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Little itch right there. So let me just dial in. I'm just going to try and relax. I got my candles on my altar burning. And I'm including you guys and all your intentions, my own as well, and I always do that every day. It's on. I love using natural beeswax candles. They smell good. All right. 3 Beaumont children, 1966, Australia. Actually, I think I might know about the case a little bit. Where did they go to a beach or something? But other than that, I didn't catch anything more. Other than they just, were never found. I wonder if that was the case. Oh, thank you. Oh, we got Scorpios in the house. Wow, we do. Yeah. No, I can relate. A note. Denise. Hello, Denise Trudeau. Sorry, I'm losing my darn voice, but I took my antihistamine, so hopefully that'll help. Yeah, happy birthday to all you Scorpios. Yes, that was the case, and they did alone. All right, that's what I thought. And back in that day, that wasn't terribly unusual. Still not a good thing to do, obviously, kids going unattended. Hey, Jay. Hi, JR, as well. You said you're a Sagittarius. I do have a Sagittarius midheaven. Uh-oh, Deb's already going for Jay. She's always such a flirt. Makes me laugh. Linda Sandoval. Sharon, and of course, Sharon Sipe. And yes, we want to say happy birthday to all the Scorps. All right, all right, Maya. Get another sip of coffee. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit. Coffee is what makes my wheels go round, literally. Ha ha ha. I've been having puns today, like without even trying. It's funny. The universe can be very funny. Alrighty. Flowing Wayne is the wild child. Yeah, he is. Wayne Rich. Yeah, we're talking about Wayne Rich. See, I got Elmer Fudd syndrome when I put the camera on. It's good to see you as well, Jay. Always good to see you. And if you haven't subscribed to Jay's channel or Ron's, or small, medium, what was it? True. I'm just flubbing it up. Crime Tarot. If I didn't get that right, forgive. But if you've got a channel, say, I have a channel. Go ahead and say that in the chat so that other people can see that and make note and check you out. Hey, Gina M. I love seeing you guys. Thank you so much for showing up for me. And I didn't forget you today. And it's not that I forget. Last time there were issues going on in the house. That happens here. Unfortunately, we do have a member of my family, immediate family, that I have to deal with that has some mental health issues. Who doesn't really anymore? All right, but anyway, I digress. Beaumont children, 3 of them. Now I'm going to go ahead and just shift here. Ooh, sorry about the bouncy there. All right. And I'm going to ask the Most High. I'm asking the Most High. Oh, that's better. Okay. to assist me to read on the Beaumont children that went missing in 1966 out of Australia. They went to a beach, they went alone, were never seen again. What happened to them? What do we need to know? I'm using the Southern Gothic Oracle in case you're curious. What happened to them? Why do people think we want to hear their music in their cars? I don't. All right. Australia, 1966, the three Beaumont children. All right. Okay, we're getting strength and power with this card. And they call it the painter. And they call it the painter more out of the dialect, the sound. It should be, panther, but because of the southern accent in certain areas, they're called, they do refer to this mountain lion as a painter. So this is talking about strength and power, and it's covering the situation. What's crossing is the conch shell. We'll see how this goes, and if not, I'll grab another deck, okay? Which is also afterlife. It's also sometimes symbolic of the female genitalia, the femininity, homecoming, and that with that that mountain lion, that panther, that strength, power. Somebody's definitely, we're talking about control, power kick issue. As most of these, the predators, that's what their jam is, I guess. It was South Australia. Oh, wow. That's where I was married. I was married in Morphettville, and have family that still live in that area and are in South Australia. I think, well, no, they're kind of spread out in various states, but wow. This makes me feel like, did this person pose as a religious type of individual? Because this is based on the Solemn book, a book of, religious, out of the Bible, the Psalms, and it's about rejoicing and faith. And I just felt like, did this person use this kind of means for approach, or to look like they weren't, somebody to be afraid of? We'll know more once I get the other cards going around it. Take care, Debsy. And happy birthday, Junior. JR. Yes, please make sure if you have a channel. Oh, yeah. Mods will put it in there. All right. Now, crowning this reading, crowning these kids, dashed hopes and mourning. They definitely met with a loss of life. Okay, that's interesting. Sorry, you guys, hold that thought. I can't do with dry. Lipstick has to come on. Thank you. Hi, Twinny. Okay, you guys are great. Okay. You can't be dry, you cannot have dry. You want to have your water, your lips stick, your lip gloss, and if you're a guy, maybe even chapstick. Um, Anywho, all right, so there's this religious element, but there's also faith, and but I'm not feeling like this faith was necessarily in a positive sense, but we'll see. All right, in the past behind, when we're looking like prior to their disappearance, we get curiosity. We get the raccoon. Okay, and raccoons are so curious. They're very smart. And where it's also perseverance. I think these kids were pretty scrappy, you know, but very curious. And maybe with the conch crossing, it's also connected to water, the beach, um, and the fact that they are in the afterlife. Right above the conch shell, we do have the crow. So it's all kind of like connecting. This is someone really did not feel like they had much power or felt very, I think so. Doing this, I think, where children are concerned, I don't think that they were doing this to adults. Let's put it this way. I feel like they victimized children because they felt so powerless. Ew, what a yucky thing. Um, the peach, I just feel like they were really attracted to children. In a yucky way. Again, it's the way one would find a fruit delectable. Okay, and I just don't even like. Ooh. All right. So, but that's the vibe. Ooh, and the interesting thing is now when I'm looking at it, next time I'll set up a second camera. But we've got the curiosity card. We have the power strength card. We have, of course, as a challenge, homecoming. They didn't get to go back home, right? Yeah, there's that too. I didn't think about that with the conch shell, and because it fell in a challenging position. But I wonder if they weren't offered something by someone, maybe something sweet, maybe candy, maybe fruit, maybe a treat of some kind, because the curiosity is just directly um, in line with it. Just a thought, going to put that out there as a possibility. And the mind was on, their minds were on a crossroads, making a decision. It says road opener, decisions. Comes to a crossroads, comes to, well, what are you going to do? And I think it would feel like perhaps these kids were trying to think, once they realized they were not in a good situation, I think what to do. And the person who took them was deciding certainly what to do. And here's the interesting thing now. In the environment, we're getting the possum card, which is about more than one. It is about plurality and diversity. There's a real sense of dehumanization to a degree, of treating these children like objects of fascination, in an inappropriate manner, right? Yeah. I think you guys are very intuitive, so you're picking up what I am. Yeah. It feels like that fact that there was more than one. And again, I will never go into salacious details of how something was done, other than if it was just a basic cause, just to understand. But I'm never ever going to be somebody that wants to just for clicks or whatever. I think it's disgusting to do that. Anyhow, it's just not right. But I'm feeling that this person liked the challenge to see if they could manage to do this. To them, it's like they made off with the goods, so to speak. That, can you believe it? They couldn't believe their luck. Anyway, yeah. Now, in the hopes and fears is Nest of Wasps, and it's about teamwork and about order. So this person feared, I feel like, or had maybe hope that they would get someone to help them. I'm not sure. Maybe to do what they did, whatever, and however way they did that. They may have hoped to get help to do that. This person feels like they have a kind of an organized aspect to themselves. Quite possibly. At least the shrewdness in about how to do such things as this. And they got away with it. Now this is interesting. The final end result card, don't worry, I'll pull more, is the abandoned plantation. And it's about dismantling, breaking things down. I wonder if an abandoned home was utilized. Maybe somebody was squatting there. I mean, I don't know. I know in the UK they did that. I don't know how that works in Australia. I have to read up on that. But this is also unmasking ugly truths. Clarifying some ugly truths that were going on here. Being more forthright in addressing an issue. All right, let's see what they want to say about that. It was going to rain, but it's just kind of dark. All right. This is interesting, you guys. Okay, so now the next two cards that I get, because I read in pairs after I do the initial spread, I get Blue Moon, Second Chances, a unique opportunity, and I get Instrument. I get Self-Expression and Speaking Truth. So, and look how the shape of the banjo and the shape of the moon also are echoing each other. The colors, green and, oh, that's blue. It looks green here, but it's not. This color here is actually a very dark blue. Don't know why it's, and so is the moon. That looks like it's green. Anyways, this was a unique opportunity. Was this a preacher? Was this somebody that went around proselytizing? There's like a feel in there, and I got it earlier, but I sat on it. But now when I get these two cards, it feels like definitely, at least this person obviously recognized there was an opportunity to do this, but they may have been, oh, thank you, Doris Smith. They may have been using kind of this guise, or it may have been part of their whatever mindset. But I feel like this could be somebody that went around speaking, quote unquote, the truth, the gospel truth, and that this was a chance for them to act. They recognized it. And I think they utilized the cover quite possibly as maybe some kind of preacher or something along these lines. You know, I really do. It's making me really pick up on that vibe. And that this person has a mental thing. Now, the next thing I get is the dogwood blossoms. Beautiful card, by the way, but it's about sacrifice and rebirth. So these themes of religion to me are definite, and faith are definitely coming in, and they're oddly construed with some very ugly um, parts of someone that did this. I think they played up on the children's curiosity, um, and may have initially lured them with the promise of some kind of treat. Oh, good luck, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Now, grounding and fierce protection is what I get. Longevity, reliability with the live oak. I think this person, um, this is how I feel the perpetrator is. I think they've kept these remains secure, so people can't find them. Again, there's a sense of pretty thorough organization. And I think that person may have lived for a long time, may have even lived a long life, but there was reliability also with that protection card. So I'm really feeling they knew that they could reliably, I feel like when it came to remains, secure so that they wouldn't be found. Just a few more, just a few more. I can't help it. We get a new perspective with pine cone, the third eye. We get metamorphosis and life cycle with cicada. But again, I've read symbolically, and every time I see this card, I think of a man. That the pine cone represents usually masculinity, and fire. And I'm really getting more of that vibe off of here. Something about this person, again, their life cycle. A bit of a description. They may have had a long life. Because we got that with life cycle, okay, with cicada. And then we had, what was the other one about life cycle? We just had it. Oh, yeah, live oak, longevity. So there's a similarity. Janet says, I feel so sorry for the children and the parents. It must have been the worst nightmare for all of them. Yes, it was. And I don't think that they're likely at this point to be found. I got a feeling they might be on private property somewhere. And unless somebody goes to build or break ground or who knows what they did. And I don't think it's important for me to know that in this case. But I think they have kept them away from being discovered. And maybe if, like I said, if somebody starts making changes, then maybe there's a possibility, but I don't know. I kind of don't feel like it. I think it's very unlikely that they would be found. So that's what I'm getting on that. I hope that that is a bit helpful, at least where we're talking about the individual that did this and how they may have approached. And I'll come back to them another time because, it's a process. Thank you for asking that question. Thank you so much. And prayers for your son, Linda, for sure. I think she's already gone. But hello, Beverly S. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the question page. And I'm just going to refresh it. And I'm going to take a look at how many are there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's a cool question, JR. All right. So I'm going to start with JR's question here at the bottom, because last time I started from the top. So here we go. Oh, here we go. Going. Yes, Janet, if they definitely knew how to do this. I feel like they were meticulous. That's the word I was searching for. Meticulous, like wrote it down, thought about it a lot, went over it. And I think then when it came that they saw such an opportunity, they, oh wow, the mother passed 2019 at 92. That's another interesting aspect of longevity, where it might be touching into that. Thank you so very much for reading. Thank you so very much for asking. And I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope someday somebody, let's just pray and offer up that somehow their remains are discovered. If spirit can intervene, please, please do. Because I think it's worth putting it out there, the prayers. I know they've helped me in my life. All right. So, Ray, and I did a reading on this guy, Ray Rivera, died a mysterious death in May 24th, 2006. The Zodiac killer was found, but was he? Okay, do you mean, JR, just so I understand your question, do you mean that did the Zodiac... Okay, you want to know if the Zodiac was found, if he was properly identified. Is that correct? I think we must have more rain coming. All right. Let me see this live stream. Is it slow? Oh, thank you. I look lovely. I appreciate that. Because I'm looking at the other side of the stream and I'm just seeing, I want to see if I have it on normal latency. I just want to make sure that it's, moving along. All right, well, I'll have to look at that later. All right, let's just get on with it. So, JR, were you meaning just to, okay, thank you. Yeah, let's just, ask for intercession that these children be found sooner rather than later. Okay. I hate that when people do that. Well, anyone. All right, so the Zodiac killer. Good question, JR. Was the zodiac um, correctly identified? Has he been ID'd correctly? So I'm asking the Holy Spirit, I'm asking the universe, I'm asking my ancestors and my spiritual mentors to help me to understand and to read accurately and clearly, to guide my words. And I give thanks. Has the Zodiac Killer, have they been properly identified? Have they been properly identified now? Has the Zodiac Killer been properly identified now at this time? All right, let's see. Hi, Kaya. Yeah, I finally did get new glasses. My other ones I broke and I had to super glue the one arm. And so I couldn't fold them completely. Yeah, I do. And I was overdue to get them. So I did. And I love them. Ah, sorry, guys. I got a little, there we go. Hair as well. All right. Okay. So the question was, they have the right guy for the Zodiac Killer. And I'm getting black coffee, shadow work, and awakening. So that makes me feel like there's a good possibility. Oh no, not with the darn mow and blow out there. I don't think you guys can hear it though, I hope. And we get the peach. Fertility, love. But I'm not taking that as its typical meaning here. I'm feeling that it's attraction to do this, to do shadow work, to do dark things. Shadow work, not in the sense of trying to rid yourself of shadows, but to act in the shadows, actually. And that awakening card, it just makes me feel like, well, like when I get a sip of coffee, like this. Oh, hedgehogs, I love them. Yes, if you have a channel, please give it to one of them. I don't know. Am I the only one that can? No, my mods can put the link up, but you can't. You can't put, unless you're a mod, you cannot post a link. Because then we'd have people sending us to all kinds of spam hell. All right. We're also getting Wild Violet, which is self-actualization and individuality. So this is a particular MO. Longevity and reliability. Yes, I'm going to say that I feel like they do have the right person. I think it's reliable. I think it's a very distinct MO, and other factors about his profile that I think marry up, so to speak. Yes, I feel like this is another yes card. Kudzu, which is abundant growth and willpower. It's some sort of a vine. Yeah, I do believe that those are strong indicators for me that was a yes. I got my new glasses on beers. Oh, beer goggles, huh? I love wild violets. I love the smell of it. I even have violet perfume. It smells so nice. It's one of my most favorite scents. And my great grandmother did too. She used to have this little bottle that she bought in England way back in the 40s. And it's a beautiful little ceramic bottle. And it has a little hand painted beautiful violets on it. And it still smells like the violet perfume inside. They require a lot of moisture, and where I'm at here, it can get too dry. I should do that, Shield Maiden. I really should. So let's get to another question. I think that those cards indicate that they have properly identified the Zodiac Killer. Just in case you were curious, didn't catch the first bit of that. Let's go to the next question. All right. It's by Vida Phoenix. Who was the guilty party in the Alabama Snake movie? He went to jail. Oh, yeah. For trying to kill his wife, which sounds right to me, she's saying. Who was the guilty party in the... Okay. Guilty party. Are you asking me who the name was of this person? Can anyone answer that? Yeah, you can post that, Kaya. Give that, because a lot of my viewers enjoy reading. I'm not quite sure about this question. I'm trying to making sure I understand what it is you're wanting me to get at. Okay, so was he in this film? Is that who you're referring to? And what do you want to know about them? Yeah, violets are one of my favorite. I'll have to let you guys know. Can you just make that question more clear to me, Vida? Make it more focused. Are you wanting to know the name of the name of the actor, or what about them? Because I'm not quite clear. Alabama Snake movie. I'm not sure. Anyway, get back to me on that, because I that's why it's really important to make your questions really focused before you post it up, because I may not be able to answer it if I'm not sure what you're asking. But go ahead and put it in the chat log, Vida, and I'll pick it up if you can clarify. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to catch this one because I want to do your reading. Are you here, Vida? I thought she was. Well, I'll come back around. I'm not hearing from her. Oh. All right. So we'll come back. Oh, Black Moon, was it Black Moon or Moon Snake? With Samuel Jackson and Christina Ricci? Yeah. I bet that is. Okay. And there was somebody that obviously was in that film that played a certain, but I still don't understand what they want to know about them. Let me see here. See, this is the problem. I don't want it to drag me back. So if she can let me know what she wants to know. Are you asking, did they try to kill their wife? I'm only going to spend a few more seconds here until I get someone that can clarify this for me. Vida, are you here? Okay, so maybe she's trying to ask if he was responsible for trying to kill his wife. I think that's it. Okay. I don't know why I had trouble understanding that, but forgive. That's why it's please make it really clear. It's important to have very focused questions, because that's otherwise. And being here to clarify is also helpful. I know that people can't always do that, but we'll try and pick that question back up. Yeah, she was here earlier, so maybe she'll come back and then I can. But I'm going to go ahead and try because I think she's asking, was he the one that was responsible for an attempt on his wife's life? Yeah, for jail, trying to kill his wife. Okay. Whoever this actor is, don't know who it is, and I don't have the time to look it up. Not going to do that. But I don't think I need to. Was he responsible for trying to kill his wife? This actor, this person. Okay, so I'm just going to ask my ancestors, the Most High, help me to read, guide my words. Did this actor try and have his wife killed or kill her? That Vita Phoenix is asking about. Okay, so we get. I get ritual, and this is purification and renewal. It's like cleaning, like purging. I think so. The challenge card is the panther or the painter, and it deals with the strength, the power of a mountain lion, a wild creature crossing. So again, I think this is a situation where people are locking heads, not agreeing, being insistent on their way, and trying to be domineering, trying to be the one that's quote unquote in control. I think so. I think this guy is definitely guilty, whoever he is. I get the basis as the copperhead, which is deceit and bad influences. In mediation intercession, I think he was looking to pay somebody to do it, to keep it, extended away from him. And in the recent past of this, prior to that, we have roots, influence, and support. So we get two cards that are talking about influence. Who's influencing him to do this? What's influencing him also? Maybe there was mutual deceit, or at least one of them was. I don't know anything about the wife, but he doesn't sound like a good individual. This is about self-expression and speaking truth to power. This to me is also like a nod toward the industry of acting and, an entertainer. Self-expression. Well, somebody ended up telling the truth, or may end up telling the truth, because that's going forward. Shadow work, awakening black coffee. Yeah. This was some, but again, it's actually, instead of trying to correct or work on your shadow, this person's, making it more powerful instead of reclaiming their true power. They're just using a dark method there. So that's what where their mind was at. They came up, I think also awakening made me feel like they came up with the idea and they worked on it. Shadow work, this was planned. And I think it looks like he would have looked for an intermediary person. Is that someone going to be speaking truth to power about this in the relatively near future? Maybe, but I don't know. All right. And in the environment, we get the alligator, silence and introspection. Ah, oh, that was a documentary. Yeah. Different thing. Hi, AD. Okay. It just feels like this was really planned out with somebody. Somebody helped him to with this concern. He had some help, an intermediary, and there's some issue of with him, hopes and fears, the dog of demanding loyalty, and a fear of a loss of that. Now we did get cards of deception. I don't know. Did she have an affair? Did he think that she just did? Was he paranoid that she was and she wasn't? It could, I don't know, but definitely he has a real issue with people being loyal and um, staying like they look like they belong with him. Not. I get a sense this dude felt like he didn't want someone that made him look bad, and yeah, it's too easy to do. Um, and the horseshoe, luck and chance. I think yes, he did, and luck has been on his side. Self-expression. Let me just see anything else. Willpower, abundant growth, and wealth. Was money a factor? So I'm thinking most definitely like life insurance and the freedom. This guy wanted to be free. All right. That's what I get for that guy. I don't know what his name is, this actor, but yeah, I think so. I think most definitely that they did. It sure looks like it with my cards. Anyway, that's how I am seeing it. Okay. All right. Why is my lipstick wearing off so fast? Should not do that. All right. I'll have to get out the other one. Anyway, so let me just, all that talking. Let's see again what we have here for the next question. All right. Yeah. Why can spirit tell you someone has passed, but not tell you where the physical body is? Right? What is up with that? Sometimes they do, though. You know what? Sometimes they do. I've heard of cases where they've been able to um, someone that receives the dream or the information has been able to find it. Certain definitely empaths, sensitives, mediums have been able to do that. But let's just see. It's going to be interesting to see what answer we get. I'm gonna use a different deck. Okay. All right. Put that there so we don't lose anything. And I'm going to use the story cards by Kathy Nichols. And see if we can get some kind of insight. Okay. And I'm going to get a sip of coffee. Oh, hello, all 29 of you. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. All right, let's take a look and see what we get. All right. I'm afraid my glasses are going to go off my head. That's the other thing they do. Okay. So LD asks, why can spirit tell you someone has passed, but not where their physical body is? All right, so let's just dial in. So I'm asking the Most High, our Creator, the universe, our spiritual mentors, to help me to read accurately and clearly, to guide my words, and help me to convey and articulate what you give me to share. Why is it that we get spirit letting us know someone has passed, but not always where their body may be? Why does that happen? Sounds like the mail's coming. Thanks. The only problem is it wears off pretty quickly, but I just reapply. All right, so let's just see. I gotta make sure I'm. Gotta kind of pop my back. Too many pillows. Oh, there we go, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, Spirit, how come you'll let us know that someone's passed on, but not so much about where or how we could find them? How come that happens? And I appreciate you're helping me with an answer. Thank you. Okay. Loss. Interesting. So we are talking about, death, and we are talking about loss. And look at the gray sky. There's a lot that Kathy conveys via color with her card deck. Truly, I think a very enjoyable artist and a great intuitive. Okay, so it's letting us know about loss. Crossing, the struggle is joy. So it might be grief. It could be like we can only handle so much. It's kind of feeling like it's steering, the reading is steering in that direction. But let's just continue. The basis is the king, who is sitting And I'll get to him. There's a certain meaning there I've got to pick up. Crowning, this question is called. You're being called. Spirit, the universe is calling. So that energy crowns. And also, this is spirit contacting you to let you know that there's been a loss, right? So it's tracking on that. And that called is them reaching out. And there's beauty that is behind prior to the loss, the vibrancy. This card is known to be about all the vibrant life going on in that picture, plant life. And I think there's a hummingbird. I love hummingbirds. To me, this is that people seem so alive, as they say. They have this vitality. Okay, yeah, all right, but that's still not telling us why you guys don't always say. And by the way, here's a box of rain. Thank you, Kaya Nicole. I really appreciate that. Box of rain is in the near future. Well, in this reading, we have to kind of give a little bit. This one, box of rain. These, or you probably mean the beauty. I would too. And I think she might sell some of these as prints if you go on her website, which I think is like Kathy with a C, Nichols.com. I'm pretty sure. But just so talented. Now, Box of Rain, this one I always kind of fumble around with. Let me just take a look at that. So, crunch, crunch. Box of rain. Okay. There may be rain, darkness, and clouds, yet these storms bring renewal and balance. I guess because the way they're looking at it is that you have to deal with the grief and the loss here first. There's something about having the enormity and the shock, and maybe giving people what they can handle. Also kind of looks like that with calling. And let's go to the king, based on the king. Why do I always do that? The king is a father, husband, and protector. He is also the king of fertility and conception. Maybe it's to protect people, and in essence, it seems like a protective thing. There may be reasons why that we don't get that information. Maybe it wouldn't be good for us to know that information. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. There's reasons for it. And a lot of it can be like it would be too overwhelming or traumatizing for you to have that understanding or information. There may be good reason why you're not being shown that. And it has a protective energy that I get. All right, let's continue because I want to see some more. And the thought is seeking. Yeah, this is what seeking, searching for people, right? And seeking and searching for answers. In the environment is giving, cooperation, helping other people, looking out for each other. And how that raises the vibration, how that helps. I also feel like this in the environment is sometimes they're meant to be found maybe by other people. Um, Giving. I think sometimes that's all we're going to be given, because maybe that's just for someone else to pull that forward instead of us. And that is like sharing, I think another good, sharing what we get with each other. Maybe you're just given that because that is the information that you are supposed to give, and not more, not less. Quite plain and simple. Now, in the hopes and fears would be nurture. This is us wanting to try to nurture, to get that person, to get them back, to, bring things to the best possible conclusion that we can, of course, and wanting to act nurturing. But also, maybe the reason why we don't get it is again that turning around, that protective nurturing for us in some way. Now, final end result is cyclist. This is movement. I want to make sure. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm just learning this deck again. So, okay. An attractive free spirit who sometimes gets stuck in cycles of shallowness. Um, Well, gee, that's not very nice. I don't think it quite means that. But I think it's just that it doesn't want you to get stuck on the idea or obsessant about it. Um, Definitely it is done out of a protective element. There's a good reason why. Sometimes you're not going to be given that, and it feels protective. I'm still like not completely happy with that answer, but it's because we're not supposed to have that, and we're given what we're supposed to know and what we can deal with, uh, what we can share. Um, it may be that it would be too traumatizing for us, despite what we may think, and maybe other people we would take that information to, so I think that there's something along those lines. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, let's get to the next question. This is from Nika. Did Cleo Smith's abductor know family members? Internet pics show him in a Bratz doll t-shirt and a toy room full of dolls. The first Bratz doll was Chloe, and some Australians are pronouncing Cleo as Chloe. Okay. Oh, what? P.S. He also has dark hair and a shade of mustache, much like her stepdad. Yeah, I had a feeling, not for nothing. And I was wondering, I haven't yet seen it. I wanted to see if he had similar coloring or appearance. That, I don't know. Anyway, let's just take a look at this. So, Nika asks some really cool questions. I really appreciate that. All of you guys do. All right. So now we're going to take a look at the Cleo Smith case. Yes, Sharon Sipe is extremely kind. And I will put the links in the description box in case you can't find it or whatever, okay? Because you can get it from her website, but she's also got one on Etsy. All right. I love this deck, though. Let's go to this next one. All right, and see if it'll work. So, did Cleo Smith's abductor, no family members. Let's just start with that one. All right. Did Cleo Smith's abductor know her family in some way? Now, I do know that they lived this um, this perpetrator of this lived, I think, in the neighborhood. I just feel like maybe he was watching, attracted to her, following this family around. But let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at this. I don't even know what his name is. Ugh. Okay. If you do know his name, drop that in the comments so I can see it. And sometimes it just helps me to dial in more. Why does this one always seem so behind? Oh, well, fudge. Okay. All right, there we go. Just want to make sure this was working. All right. Yeah, so let's take a look and see if Cleo Smith's abductor was familiar with the family, knew them. Let's see if we can get that. So I asked the Most High, did Cleo Smith's abductor know her family? Was he familiar with them? What can you tell us about him that we need to know, or that would be beneficial for us to understand? And I give thanks that she was found alive. And I give thanks for, I know that was intercession, because most kids do not end up coming home. And this was such a gift. I'm so grateful. All right. So let's take a look. Did the perpetrator know the family? I'm getting serenity with this card. All right. And the fox. Now, the fox in this one is, look at the color combination here. It's a little kind of telling. There's dark. I get this feeling that he was observing them. I don't know that he necessarily knew them, but I feel like he was attracted to them, and definitely, of course, to the child, Chloe. But this is planning. This is watching. Predators are watchful. Metamorphosis, a change. Something underwent a change. Maybe the change from just watching them to doing what he did. Yes, please do hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And we get the box of rain again, where we're talking about difficult cycles. Let me just see that again. Yeah, there was a change in mental, or it can be a change in mental or physical form. I think he changed. Something may have made him to change his mind, maybe about keeping her alive. I really, really hope so. Because I think there was something, a change of something. Hopefully she was maybe able to, I don't know, get him to see that this was not a good idea. Wildflower. to me, this is Chloe, that she's just beautiful. Um, she truly is a beautiful child inside and out. And I think, again, there's this sense of he's drawn to that in her. Flow. And maybe her own nature may have determined what made his caused him to change his mind, because I definitely see a change of his mind. Changing his mind from doing something extremely dark. Because if you look at that, look at this. And so I feel like there's something to that. Then we get longing. I don't think he knew them. And wisdom. I keep feeling like he's outside watching them when he can. And longing. I feel like he's been attracted to try with this, child. Mm. There is gratitude. And union. So we see, yeah, gratitude that she was able to be reunited with her mom and family. Um, and again, we see that cards that show he literally changed his mind. And I wondered, because I saw very what his intention was, did not look like it was going to go well. And I saw so much stillness. Usually, again, those cards, as you know, don't typically bode well. I'm just so glad that in this case, you know, that he changed his mind. Yeah, I think he had been eyeing her up. Yeah, and maybe getting her to try to trust him. But I see a lot of initially like voyeurism, watching. And I think trying to appeal to her, to her trust. Creepy guy. So glad that they have her. And I'm so glad that they know it's him. They've got this guy, so we can never do this, hopefully, ever again. Oh, my goodness. Crazy, huh? All right, so let's go to the next question. Oh, the thing about the first Bratz doll was Chloe, and some are pronouncing Cleo as Chloe. Trigger. And a Bratz. Okay. I'm sure it probably was. I don't think it's not for nothing. All right. Slightly off topic. DE Warrior Witch, are you here? Here we have a political question. Okay. Take that. Where are we? Okay. I was just reading your comment. The police said he had been. What was it? All right. Well, anyway, on to the next one. Okay. So this is slightly off topic. Yeah, but is there any way I can get a reading on the new incumbent governor and lieutenant governor of Virginia? I live in Virginia, and I'm not happy about this last election. And there's a frown. Bye. Bye, Ron. Thank you so much. As always, and make sure you subscribe to Ron if you haven't. Thank you. All right, so we're going to look at this new incumbent governor and lieutenant governor and how things are going to go with them. I might end up also using the actual tarot on this one, but we'll see how this deck deals with it. Okay. What do we need to know? What would be important for us to know about this new incumbent and lieutenant governor that just came in the state of Virginia? What do we need to know about them? Okay, let's see what we get. Explorer. Well, that makes me feel like they're going to be just looking to see how they can, exploit. It should have probably said exploiter, but I'll see what the other ones say. See how this wears off? Maybe it's because I got big lips. I don't know. All right. Now let's take a look. Okay. Adoration. Explorer adoration. And self-reliance. Confidence. It looks to me like with the adoration and explorer, people have a lot of hopes. I don't know who these two are, but it looks like there's a good section of the populace that really think these guys are hot stuff. I don't know if they are or not. Self-reliance and confidence is what they're pushing. Probably means they'll cut programs, to be honest. Do it yourself. Well, we get corporate welfare. When I say we, them. And I just feel like they want to get more of their own people in. Rising with the balloon. Again, I get the sense of they're popular. Is that true? And I get the artist falling under exploring. Travel falling under self-reliance. And work falling under confidence. So it looks like they think they're up to this task. There's certain avenues and agendas they have that they want to explore. I'm thinking with the pushing of this self-reliance stuff and the confidence, I think it's a guys. And definitely travel going on for these guys. And but the work, feels like there is some manipulation here. They're using definitely a popularity and to see how far they can push things, long and short of it. So their agenda, they're going to be really pushing that. Uh, we get the card of nurture. Make sure, because I pair that one up, and we get loss. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm thinking that this could be benefits, healthcare, issues of where there needs to be something sustained, for the well-being of Virginia. I get issues of loss where there should be nurturing. Now, hopefully, if they're decent, hopefully this would mean that they will nurture what has been lost. Um, but I'm questionable here. Home, this is security and opportunity. Uh, I definitely sense that they are looking for opportunistic means of implementing their agenda in that state. Home is that state. They feel very secure. We get the confidence. It's smug. I get kind of a sense of smugness here. No worries, share insight. Nature boy and setting sail. Is that someone leaving? Serenity and meditation. I don't think they're going anywhere. I really don't. Um, I think there will be people trying to deal with them, trying to work with them, trying to get them on board. But I think these guys are very comfortable, very, very confident in that win to implement their agenda. And I see a loss of nurturing. So I'm concerned that this could be jobs, finance, maybe cuts where there's some kind of benefit that one would have. Typically, doing what they do, they destroy the security. Now, here we have communion, okay, and we have Sunshine Girl. This makes me feel like people that are not happy with them in that state being organized, coming together in a public fashion. The Sunshine Girl is outside, and it feels to me like communion of drawing together people of like mind, that are not down with what they're doing. Because there's equally those I'm being shown that are. And so there's this, you know, but you can't just simply be quiet. And I think it's important to keep pointing out to them why what they're choosing to do hurts them. People vote against their own interest. Magic and wildflower. This is the card of magic. It's got a little bird on it. Put a bird on it. Portlandia. Okay. Yeah, I really get a sense that grassroots with wildflower, people thinking, coming up with intelligent ways to, I think, protest or demonstrate. against them. There's duality. Sorry, I think my husband might be home. And mystic. I just feel like you definitely have people within that state that are working to try to stop what they're doing or to slow it down or to interfere, because they look very confident to bring in an agenda that I think a lot of people are not going to aren't liking. And so I see more activity that will spring up. Yeah, it does, and it will, because I'm getting the loss of something that is nurturing, and that's concerning. Um, Chris Hambrick, I do ask the people put their questions um, at the top. There's a link because the chat will often eat the questions. So next time, I know you're new. Just make sure that you look at the top of the chat and post your question there, and I'll see if I can get to it. Usually, I do take these in advance. Like I'll post the wall up for you guys to put your questions on, usually the day before. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and ask. I do have time to actually read your question. So I will do that gladly. I'm glad I had that moment. And then I'm going to end out the live, and it'll just be right perfectly at about 2 hours. Might go over a little bit depending on what we get from the Father card. All right. Which one do I want to use? I'm also drawn to use the Southern Gothic Oracle for some reason. But we'll see. Yeah, I feel sorry for the children and the parents too, Janet. It must be worst. Okay. Sorry, just trying to make sure I'm caught up. That's all right, Chris. You don't need to apologize. You didn't know. I just like to make sure that since you're here, and I'm very grateful that you're here, so that you know. And I also do a lives on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And again, the same deal. On my community area will be a wall, a page that says for your questions, and you just put it there so that it doesn't disappear, so that I can make sure I can read on you. I'm glad I was able to catch you at this point, because I do have that few moments to do this. So your father died back in 1995. Is there any kind of message he is trying to tell me? All right, let's take a look. Would you give me his name? I just like to have a name and a birth date, what his birthday was. It just helps me to focus on them. Gotta remember about sitting up straight. Okay, so let's take a look. So Chris, can you give me your father's name and what his birthday was? That's all. I'd just like to use it to focus. Ooh, I'm getting warm again. Oh, I won't. It's the one, the disappearance of Tom. I didn't see that now. Did you put it on the thing? Maybe you put it in late. It's another thing. Make sure that you don't put it in too late, because I'm about ready to close down now. Where did you put this? Because I'm not seeing it. Ida Eldia, right? Now I don't see your question on the page. Did you put it on there? I've refreshed it. If you didn't put it on the right page, please just go to the link at the top of this chat and post it there, because it is not showing up. Maybe for some reason, if you did post it there, maybe they ate it, but that's usually unlikely. Maybe it just went to a different place. So now please put your question. Just click that link and do it again in case it did get eaten. I'm not sure. Ah, thank you, Taylor. Ooh. Now he's not making me a cup of coffee. He's eating. Okay, thank you, Charles. August 9th. Oh, man. That was a tough one here. All right. Charles, August 9th. It can happen now, so no problem. But it's just right at the, if you just look at the top of this chat, the URL is there. Oh my God, I want to take this. You'll wait till next time? Okay. But if I find it in the meantime, I definitely will make note. And Taylor, I'll make note of that. I can't read on it today, but I'll do a more of a deeper reading on that. Whew, y'all, I'm dying in here. Okay. So Chris, your father, Charles, and he was a Leo. Okay. So I'll be looking for wands in all likelihood. 1939. He's the same birth year as my dad. Whew. And I'll be looking also into the case of Jamie Lynn Yazzie. Taylor, thank you for bringing her case to my attention. That's exactly, I mean, when I get hit with one of these warm waves, you guys, my power surges. Taking a while for that stuff to work. All right. Charles, and I'm guessing his last name was probably Hambrick. August 9th, your father, 1939. Do you have a message for your son, Chris? Is there something you would like to share with Chris? And I ask my mentors to assist me, and that of Charles and his to assist me to read accurately and clearly. A little noisy. Okay, let's see. Charles, August 9th. Message for Chris. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, he's talking about loss and grief. Okay. I don't know when you may have lost him, when he may have passed, but he's bringing that up. And opportunity. Okay, let's see what else we're getting. I'm going to lay these in a Celtic cross. It might help me to have more structure. Okay. Now, this is based on beauty. I don't know. Did he enjoy the outdoors a lot? Because I get the beauty of nature with this, and art, perhaps. Crowning is the queen. I bet that's your mom. Or some other, female, significant female in your family. Travel. He's bringing up travel. Was he traveling? Was he driving, going somewhere? Chris, bringing that up? Okay, thank you. That's showing up. Now, of course, my lipstick is starting to, because see, here we have travel. Okay, the little, I don't know if he was even going camping or not, or just driving, but, and I think there just was kind of the perfect storm or something, if you will. All right, let me see what else I get. The artist that is in the near future, or well, the following. See, then after I get this power surge, I get cold. Nurture. He's giving me the card of nurture. And look, I think that's him and you. And I feel like these are memories. And if he wasn't very nurturing, I think he wanted to be. But I think I definitely get, okay, heart attack. All right. Nurture. His mind and what he's bringing up is to remember. I don't know if the two of you spent a lot of time together as a child, maybe outdoors, maybe he was teaching you things, but definitely wanting you to remember the good memories where you had quality time together or were enjoying yourselves, um, to help you with the grieving, because that's hard. Let's see what the artist was. In the wrong direction. Did they put it under the? That's really annoying. Cafe. Yeah, they did. Bringing all manner of artistic projects to light. Let the colors shine from your fingertips. The artist is flowing with creativity. Was there an opportunity? Your mom and dad have the same birthday. That's interesting. Then that's why maybe he's showing her. Okay, missed the trash, darn. Was he creative? Draw very well. So can I. Okay, so he's wanting to bring that up with the artist and his artwork and beauty. When I look more at that beauty, I'm getting the aesthetics of art. My dad was he's a retired art professor, so I can appreciate this. Again, maybe lip gloss is the way to go. Okay, that's what is. Now, in the environment, we have release. And if you notice, there's like a dark bird. And this to me is the sorrow. It is worry or concern about him that he's fine. I believe he has transitioned. He definitely wants you to focus on releasing your grief. That does not mean not to feel it. Far from it. Is she with him? It looks like it, because I'm getting that is crowning him. And I feel like he's in a very beautiful place with that basis card of beauty. He has a lot of really positive cards. So sorry again. I just don't think that he's like had any problem in the transition, making this transition. And I do feel like she's with him. No, note to self, don't throw things. It's noisy. So this release, I think, is also like in the environment. Was there a release of birds, or hopefully not balloons? I'm glad it's really helping you. These really coming through. I usually do well with mediumship. They, But anyway, let me just get back to your reading. This is about release. If you do a release, please don't release balloons. They're bad for the environment and actually kill birds. Just want to put that out there to people. Do butterflies, do anything, but don't do balloons. They're bad for the environment. I think it's also talking about releasing grief and a way to deal with it, to remember the good memories of being outside together, going for walks, whatever it is that is a pleasant memory. Put that instead. Remember them for the really great memories that you enjoy. In the hopes and fears, we have the yes card. So I'm going to say there's something to do with hopes. Maybe he's saying it's what he hoped it would be or more. And mother. So I think he's definitely with your mom, maybe, and I'm sure his own mother. Um, and he's doing really well. His cards are beautiful. They're very nurturing. They're very warm. I'm getting beauty. The colors are peaceful, calming, and that he brings up the feminine here. Talisa died in 2. Yeah, she would be with them. Was she a mother? Giving. This to me is like they're looking out for you, Chris. Nature boy, is that you? I think did your father and you share a love of the outdoors? It looks mutual because I had you two outside, having the little walk, and then here we have. So I think when you're out in nature, there might be certain places that resonate between you and your father or your family. And when you're out there, just know that they're with you. Know that if there were places that are significant that your family went to, that they'll be with you in those places if you just think of them. Okay, Chris? Adoration, just to wrap this up for your dad, and the fox. It makes me wonder, and kindred spirits, and visionary. Was he a jokester? Was he a trickster? Kind of dry humor I'm getting. But really warm person, with this adoration. I feel like the passionate person that really cared. And he's very happy on the other side. Kindred, it just makes me feel like he's with the kin, he's with the family, and visionary. I think he's still creating art on the other side, but it's maybe what we would definitely call more visionary style. Um, it's beautiful energy. So don't worry. They're fine. They're together. Okay. Yes. And you know what? You can play this live back as many times as you want. Sometimes when you're having a hard day, you know, play it back. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and close the live because I've run for 2 hours now. And whatever that food was my husband heated up smells delicious. Oh, he made minestrone soup. It's really good. Half Italian, good cook. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for making yet another live for me. So much fun. And I enjoyed all of your company. Thank you for helping me with my donation and helping me. You're welcome, Chris. It is my pleasure and honor. Your dad has beautiful energy. You've got a beautiful family. And yes, please check out uh, the, the links for different people like Dean from Hermit's Corner, great reader, Ron, all these folks. And thank you so much. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't, and share. You might go live in an hour. I might come in and just be your mod. My neck is killing me. So anyway, bye-bye, and I will see you in the next live. Now maybe take your question over to Hermit's Corner, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, thank you so much. Sending you out with some Reiki as always. Some chi energy. It's just to charge you up, make you feel a little bit better. It's unconditional love. That's all. All right. Good energy. Chi. All right, you guys. Bye-bye.